what I have here is a Spyder paint marker. Have the little adjustment here where you can keep the balls from going into the barrel. What we're going to do is use an Allen wrench and a screwdriver off this little kit I got here. First thing we're going to do is remove the barrel. Next, we'll take this cocking mechanism off. Now we'll take the screw out of the top. That will release this plug right here and this rail. After you remove the bolt, the plug should just fall out. Okay, next thing we're going to do is take our 3mm wrench and take a bolt out on each side. So we'll hold this and with our finger take our screws out. Spring and a small plug. At this point you'll take your cocking mechanism, put it back in, just kind of pull it back. You have a bumper right here. See if we can get it out. And there's your internal parts, some of them. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take this big screw right here out. It also has a spring on it, so be careful when you pull it out. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take these screws here out. I don't know if you can see that one. It's right here. Take this one out. Okay, now we got the screw out. Pull this off. Just push it out of the way. We have to take this screw right here out. Okay, now I'm going to try and push this out. The other side. You do have a little pin here. You may or may not have to take that off depending on how you get this valve out. You should just be able to push it out. I'm using this swab. Oh, and there it is. There's your valve. So you can see, here's all of our parts. And we're going to wipe them down, put oil where it needs to be, and put it back together. Okay, we have our O-rings on. We have them oiled, 1 drop of oil. Now when you're putting this back in, you want to check. This will go in the front of the gun. Okay, you want to check with this and make sure it mates up with your valve. As you can see here, it matches and mates up. This way it does not mate up. So we want the valve to go in this way. This end first as you're putting it in. This is what we'll do. Okay, we have our pin here that's going to stop the valve from going any farther back, but I also think there's grooves in there to keep that from happening. Not real sure. We got the valve in. It looks like it's lined up, but we will turn it a little bit. Yep, there it is. Okay. We'll put this stud in there. Snug it down good. And we'll put our handle back on and put our screws in. Snug them down real good. Now we'll go ahead and slide this in the front of the gun where the valve body is. Okay, we've wiped and oiled these down. Now you'll just mate it up. Slide it in, like so. There you go. Now what you do is just pull the trigger and push it in. Okay, at this point, I will put the cocking mechanism back on. And then I'll turn it around, pull the trigger, slide it forward, put the bumper back in, put a spring in, then I'll put the velocity plug back in it. I'll hold it and I'll bolt it down. Got it in. Don't forget your lock washer that goes on in front of it. Snug them both down. We'll put our plug in the top and put our rail back on the top. Okay. God, it makes those shoots. Last thing we'll do, we'll pull this plug right here out. This plug here is tight. You can pull it out, check your O-ring, maybe throw a dab of oil on there, and push it back up in there. Got a CO2 tank on, put our barrel back on. Shoots fine.